The other side of me. The other side of me.
Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. Sa una, no, di ka magdahom. Kaning tawhana, tanawon ra nako sa TV. Pero karon, tupad na di ay nako. He was a former band singer. He was a former station manager at ABS-CBN Broadcasting Corporation. He was a former station manager at Manila Broadcasting Company. He was a former news anchorman at ABS-CBN News. Ladies and gentlemen, usara gyud ni siya, way kapariha, Mr. Dante Javelosa Luzon.
Hello, hi, and good day, everyone. Hello, Mark. It's an honor for me to be here. I'm so honored to be here with you.
Ako'y mas
today.
honored, uy, kay tanaw na ka sa TV,
Okay.
karon na anag yun.
Dugay-dugay na sa kunawa sa camera, so you gave me the opportunity to be facing the camera again.
Yes.
So I'm glad.
And it will be the other side of your thing.
Okay.
Okay. I heard from someone, from a very reliable source, that you were a band vocalist.
It's not really a band. Piano, more on because I sang in a piano bar for a year. I was forced to sing because that time I already had 2 kids. And then ang akong eldest was born on June 1982. Almost hapit mag-abot ang birthday ni gawas sa ikaduha. So June 25, my daughter was born and the birthday of my son was June 19. Is June 19. So mahurot man ang gatas o dungan. Wa man tay budget nga additional to to build the income. So I was forced to sing in a piano bar for a year. But I quit after a year because for health reasons. I lost weight. Wa man kay to. And then the following day, mag-office pa ka. So, that's it.
Can you give me a story of why you came to ABS-CBN?
Nagsugod ko sa broadcast very early. I was 16 years old, freshman high school. It was summer vacation. I had my training in a small station in Tagum. So, it has been radio all the way until the break came in 1982 when they tapped me to host a TV variety show. So I migrated from radio to television in 1982 when I hosted that variety show sponsored by Unilever.
That was with Miss Pilita Corrales?
No, that show with Pilita came in much later na. ABS naman mento, ako. Sa ABS, I was hosting a variety show in Davao, ABS Davao, and then Manila people saw me. And then ingon sila, kaya ba na mo anchor news nga? Saya. The ABS people in Davao said, not sure sir, because ang orientation this jockey man na siya.
TJ.
English, and then I'm not sure, but we can audition him. So they auditioned me. Luckily, I passed, so I became part of the anchoring staff of ABS-CBN Davao's TV Patrol. In less than a year, di padaan ko Cebu. Because Manila said, we want you in Cebu because we need a Dolly de Castro there.
Was it hard transferring from Davao to Cebu City?
Oh yes, it was hard, and it was a tough decision I had to make. Akong giingnan akong wife, and we had a serious talk. Kung mauna ko, I'd like to test the water there, kung okay ba ang market, kung acceptable ba ko sa ila, accepted ba ko. 6 months later, I decided ako na silang gidala. So the rest was history. So it's been Cebu na until now. Pero every year, we make it a point to go home to Davao to visit the relatives, my mother who is now 92, and to meet the old friends there.
I heard that you were offered a very tempting offer by ABS-CBN Manila. Why did you decline it?
In 1994, there was a vacuum because most of the ABS-CBN news personalities in Manila were pirated by Radio Veritas. So nagkulang sila sa tao. Si Jay Salsa, I don't know if you're familiar with Jay. Ako pa na siya kauban sa radio sa Davao. He called me. Bisaya na, Loy, ari na dinhi kay kuwang mi tao, gamit kay ka dinhi, pwede kag news, pwede kag entertainment, everything. Iko ayaw sa, I had to talk it over with my wife. Lisod ba yan? Siguro kung ako'y pamilya, single ko, wala no questions asked. But if you're married, you always have check and balance. what if, what if, what if? Then my wife, who's always been supportive, said, it's your call, bahala ka. And then, bago lang na ako sila gi-relocate from Davao to Cebu, pagka-adjust ako misis, di ba kayo mawag asasakay? Ako na siyang biyaan kay mga to Manila, or that una ko siya na dito, pareho may totally strangers in a concrete jungle like Metro Manila. Or ako siya nag-uli of Davao, so I decided, di na lang ko. At the time po, I was given national exposure because of satellite. So every time na idag kong invest, makasunod na sa Manila to report. So iko, aray na lang ko sa Cebu. Cebu is not my battleground. I'll stay here. So I decided to stay.
You've been an anchorman for so many years.
17 years with ABS.
Was there that sad part in your heart when you said goodbye because you wanted to retire?
In my case, it's different because slowly, over the years, I got promoted. So it came to a point in my career that I became a station manager aside from news anchor. So my anchoring was just mere anchoring. I became a talent. My regular job was to manage the station. So I was managing the YAB, I was managing MOR, Lupig sila. And then I became the assistant station manager for radio. And then they promoted me to be a full-fledged station manager when I managed Dumaguete, ABS-CBN Dumaguete. And then they shipped me back to Davao again to manage the ABS-CBN station there. It became so stressful.
Were there times that you felt you were not happy anymore with your job?
Yeah, because when I became part of management, it was so stressful. You have a quota to meet in terms of advertising. You have a rating to maintain. You have to be number one at all costs because number two for ABS is unacceptable.
Really?
Yes, of course.
You have to be number one all the time? What happened if there were instances that you were not number one?
You will be given a memo by the head office. Answer, etc. What happened,
really?
what happened, what happened, what happened. And then,
Mamatay tag sa'yo.
then answer how come you didn't reach your quota. You know? And then nagkapagkatawag magpapadlong because, managing ABS-CBN, you have the AM, you have FM, you have Studio 23.
Yeah, 23.
And then you have the research people because you also have to maintain your field awareness campaign. In the field, you have to go to the field. Kami sa AB sa una. Every week, malakaw mi sa survey areas, manghatag may goods sa households para lang hindi mo balhin o tanaw. So it became so stressful.
But ladies and gentlemen, he shared to me, I think that was when we shoot Calvario ni Mario, he shared to me a story about the bloopers that he had during the shoot when it was a live shooting. So can you share that to everybody?
In a live show, anything can happen. Whether it's news, whether it's a concert, anything can happen. I think si Girlie would know that, Sam would know that. There was a time sa TV Patrol that I was doing my news, I was just wearing shorts because at that time, ang anchor naglingkod raman.
Di makita.
Pag extra, I hurriedly stood up. I didn't know that the camera was still on. The agi ko in front of the camera, nakita ang nag-shorts plus nag-chinilas na
Who
ko.
told you nga, nag-short tra ka, sir? Ano?
I saw myself sa monitor.
What was your reaction when you saw yourself at the monitor?
I stopped for a while, I look at the monitor, and then diretso ko lakaw. And
You
then,
laughed at it?
The phone,
Or you were embarrassed about it?
nakatawa na lang ko.
Ah.
And the phone kept on ringing. And then, because prior to that, nag-cover ko sunog sa Pasil. Then, pag uli na ako sa newsroom, dili naman time mag-ilis. So, I just put on my coat. And then another one, kinilaging Binisaya. Let's face it, I don't know if some would agree with me. Mas lisod i-anchor ang newscast kasi Cebuano kaysa English.
Nabito ko ni mo, susuko pa akong director, mag-yungit ko sa Bisaya.
Ang Cebuano nga mga words, tag-as, masayog ka o silabicate, mausap
ang meaning.
Like ka nang gipasaka o gipasaka. Lahi mo na, because ang kaso gipasaka sa korte, ang tao, ibang gipasaka sa balay. Right? Correct me, sir? Gusto ba ko? Okay.
Lagi.
Si akong director. And then, there was a time ka ng Bukirang Barangay, na-pronounce ako ng Burikatang Barangay on the air.
What happened?
Si Mayor Osmeña, miduaw sa mga Burikatang Barangay sa Subo, Bukirang Barangay sa Subo.
But you changed, you corrected it.
Oo, anak, pero tapos na. So, ina na gani, antiklik, masayog gani ka, diretso ka na lang. Because don't make the obvious more obvious.
Oh, bitaw. Pwede na maklaro.
Di ba?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, give us a sample again. I know a lot of people want to hear that trademark of yours before you start the news. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dante.
I hope I can still remember my...
Sige daw.
May nga po, kini ang TV Patrol Central of Visayas, ako si Dante Luzon, o ganiya kuluhan sa itong mga balita.
Parang matuloy nyo na dungog after so many years. I know you were a great anchorman, but how did you handle criticism?
Ignore it. Because kung imo nang patulan, ikaw mo ilautan. Especially that you are a public property. You're a public figure. So, well, if somebody would tell you that don't do this again, why? Because of this and that, okay, noted.
You were not allowed to go to like casino, bars.
In the first place, I don't gamble. That's why I don't go to casino. I don't even know how to play mahjong.
Yes.
Pero sa bars, there are times you have to entertain clients.
Yes.
Yeah.
As long
Pero,
as it's decent, so it's okay to
depende
do
sa
that.
lugar. Because you can just be in a blind item before you know it. Di ba?
Yes.
So careful, and the persons you go to, the persons
You go with.
you go with, you know, things like that.
This is quite sensitive, but this is the question I really would like to ask you. How did you feel when the ABS-CBN closed? Or it was closed?
I really felt bad, especially for my colleagues who lost their jobs. I retired in 2007, years before the ABS-CBN shutdown. So when I learned that ABS-CBN was closing because of, decision made by, people there, I really felt bad, especially the ones who had families, mouths to feed. They lost their jobs. I felt bad.
But you were in ABS-CBN. Mo stock sad kas Jim, tanaw sa kas ilang news.
I had to, because in my manager's report, which I sent to Manila through email every week, kinahanglan na ako point on comparison sa ABS. Pilay commercial loading sa DMA versus commercial load sa ABS. Unsay headline sa TV Patrol, unsay headline sa Misdak. You have to monitor that.
But you also have to know, di ba? Di ba ang rate sa advertisement depende sa rating sa program, kayang sudlan.
yeah.
So, imo sa nang studyhan nga dapat mas taas kog rating para mas taas ang rate sa advertisement. That includes your job?
Yes, that's why it became so stressful for me. I miss the days when it was just an ordinary anchor. At the end of the day, I could go home. When you became the manager, wala na, because it's command responsibility. You don't say, ang ako bang mga tao mo nakasala? No.
It's yours.
Yes.
How much ang isa ka segundo nga bayran nako sa imong time, sa imong program sa news anchor?
When I watched the presidential debate, somebody was saying, kawawa naman yung mga kandidato walang budget for the political ads because ang 30 seconds now sa TV would cost 600,000. One airing alone.
600,000 for 30 seconds.
Per
That's
spot.
half. Yeah.
Meaning, if your ad comes out 3 times a night, that's 600,000 times 3. Times 1 month, if your ad runs for a month. See? Mahal.
Mahal na no? Kay I have watched Manuel Revillami sa iyang.
And then, mabita na karon that social media is a work in development.
Yes.
So the advertisers and the sponsors sometimes choose social media as a better option.
But I would like to ask Sir Dante, you will not be Sir Dante without that very great woman behind your back.
Yeah.
And her name is?
Leonor Nori Ilagan Luzon, who resembles Lenny Robredo according to other people.
Oh, the first time you look at her, I know you're an anchorman, so you were a
Kung saan
fancy.
ka ng celebrity?
Oh, celebrity na niya. The other side, okay na yun.
Chismis.
Chismis na niya. What's the very first time you laid your eyes on her?
We met sa
What?
school, sa campus. She's 2 years, I had 2 years.
Why do you like her the very first time that you saw her?
Mahilig ko kanang mga conservative.
She was conservative sa una.
You ask her, interviewhan na lang siya.
Di man, ladies and gentlemen, this man besides me has a very beautiful wife that hopes to, behind the camera. So, sir, nakita very conservative.
Yeah.
But as you know her, what's the best quality that you like about her?
She's very supportive, and she's my critic. She's my number one fan. She's my finance officer. She's my production assistant. Sometimes she's my driver when I'm drunk. She's the mother of my two kids. Supposed to be three, but our third child died. So we'll be celebrating, people, our 41st anniversary this year.
Whoa, 41st.
That will be on August 8th because we got married August 8, 1981, back in Davao, Redemptorist Church.
Ningon man sila, Sir Dante, no, na as we enjoy our marriage life, we love our partner more. Diba? As you grow older, you love your partner.
Kamu naman
more.
lang good. Like, you will go back to the time na kamu na lang. Like Lami, for example, the house is almost an empty nest. Because my son is getting married this year and our daughter is in UK. So, kami na lang is an empty nest.
Wow. So kung pangutanon ka, sa una, you love her because...
Because of what she is. Because of what she was.
Oh, now you love her
The same.
because... The same.
The same.
But now I know that you love painting.
Yeah.
So, let's start with the very first one.
The Philippine, yeah. This is the Philippine Eagle. I have so many of these. I made it a series. This is made of acrylic paint on canvas. Why acrylic? It's like oil, but I prefer acrylic now. I started with oil, but I switched to acrylic because ang drying process of acrylic is fast. 30 minutes, 5 minutes. Ang oil, 1 week in drying process.
Oh.
So, dugay. So, this is done in acrylic. This is the Agila, Philippine Eagle.
What was your inspiration when you made this?
Ang Agila Manggod, when there is a storm, would soar high above the storm. Dapat inanasagta. So for me, eagle is also my inspiration when I'm stressed because
Because of ano?
his characteristics.
This one.
That's a kingfisher.
Yes.
Kamay lang ni siya na canvas actually. You know why I painted this? I like the color scheme combination. So bright black.
How I wish you can feel the texture again. It's so shallow when you touch it, when you can close it closely, see?
Kinis,
Oh, I
yeah.
love the flower thing.
Daisies.
Yeah.
I painted this after Odette because we had almost a month without electricity. So I got bored, so I went out dito sa front of it, sa gate, and when I started painting. So this is one of those I painted during those times.
This one.
That's a Macau parrot.
Yes.
I love the colors, man. But,
Yes, the combination, no?
that's why.
Look.
Small one, small painting.
I love this when I will do Zoom and it will be on my side. I love this one, no? I'll ask for this one.
These are still unframed. Kay kanin this year lang ni nahuman siya. March 2, 2022.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many hours does it
This
consume?
one, wala. Mga siguro 2 hours, including details. Lang gamay ramang siya. Small one.
Nindot ko, you look very vibrant, the color. This one first. What's your inspiration in doing this? The one
This
I'm wearing.
my basis of that is a photo posted by my friend.
On Facebook?
Oh yeah, so I PM her and go, Peng, akong kauban sa radio sa una si Maripe. Pwede naman rin siya mag-paint? Siya, sure. I-credit talaga source courtesy of. So I called it Secret Garden.
Why secret?
I saw a movie a long time ago, a film, Secret Garden. It's more or less like that.
Okay, that one too.
Kini siya, it's baliktad. Ay, tama. It's a bamboo sanctuary and ecological park in Davao City. Still also based on a photo.
Oh, so how many hours did it take you? I mean,
Half a day.
wala, uy, half a day na nagkukwarta lang ha.
Wala pa.
Half a day.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you make painting as your bread and butter, I must tell you, I'm not discouraging you, but it's hard to start with this because the return of investment takes a very long time.
You are repeating what your dad said to you.
Yeah. I'm not schooled. I'm a self-taught artist. I wish I could have taken fine arts.
But look at you. You are very talented. This is one of my favorites. It's
That's
parola.
Vasco Batanes. Haven't been there. Based on a photo also, but I don't know, si Hector ba nag-anto na sa Vasco Batanes? Wala pa, no? Yung sila, if you go there, if you visit the place, like you're not in the Philippines, kuno kay kuno kay na sa Ireland, something, I don't know. But that's Vasco Batanes.
Inspired through a picture?
Yeah, based on a photo. From Google.
This is one of my from Google. This one here. Oh,
That's Lake Balinsasayaw, Negros.
you went there?
I was assigned in Dumaguete
Yeah.
for 2
So you've
years.
seen it in your two eyes?
Passing lang, wag yun kay weekend mo ulit Cebu. But a friend of mine gave me a picture of this one, so I reproduced it.
When you were assigned in Dumaguete and all other places, were you so excited every time you went home to Ma'am Nori?
Yes, because the whole week to ka sa office, and then Friday for me was a breather because makauwi man.
Did I did it right?
Okay lang na.
Okay. So that one there at the edge.
This one,
Yeah.
this I call it Rocky Coast. It's
Inspired?
just based on my imagination. Actually.
That's you just imagine it. When was the best time for you to paint? When you're sad, when you're happy, when you're bored?
Wala naman. It depends on my, I like to paint now. And then,
How supportive Ma'am Nori every time you paint?
usahay mo, reklamo siya kay ang pintal, usahay ang what do you call this, the furniture.
Magkahugaw-hugaw. You cover it with newspaper
Yes, I always cooperate with you.
because she's the one cleaning the house. That one,
This one,
this is the favorite of Mama Girlie. Maibog ka balik, ani.
I call it the Woods of Christ. I painted it 2014, Good
This one, put it
Friday.
here so that you can be seen on the camera.
I painted it Good Friday morning. Nahuman ko mga 12.
In the midnight?
No, 12 noon. I started early.
So, how many hours only?
Half a day na siguro na. Because ang ako
Oh,
magod ko. At 3 o'clock, Good Friday, when Jesus dies, mundang ako. Dapat mahuman ako ni siya by 3 o'clock Good Friday. Nahuman ko before pa man. Nahuman ako sa iyo 12. 12 noon.
Among the paintings that you brought here, which one do you think is your personal favorite? Among
I think
this
this
one.
one. Yeah.
Why?
Makakonsensya ko ako nung tanaw ka. You know, when I painted this, mga silingan, mga higala, when I start making
Making the blood?
I felt the pain of our Lord, of Jesus. So I was, in fact, naikuha sa ako, bay, paglugad man kong tanaw, kaya ang samad ba? Yun, ato na yung sala pa lang.
It represents our sins there.
Yes. And this one. In fact, during the 500-year celebration of Christianity, giulitaw yun ko ni Monsignor Tingting ang gahas. Ngay appeal niya sa exhibit, sa seaside. Iko, Mons, di pa ko ready kay wala pa ma-frame. Kami na pa-frame. That's
So-
adere kay kami na pa. So, sila na pa-frame, man. So, after the exhibit, ko, Monsignor, sa mga property na ninyo sa simbahan. So, no. Get it back. So that I'm forever grateful to New Tingting and Kahas for the opportunity.
Of course, because you are also Mr. Dante Luzon. What would you like to all the people out there who also wanted to become a painter like you?
Don't stop. Just pursue. Whatever talent you have, because talent is a gift. Dili tanang tao gitagaan sa Ginoo talent to paint, talent to sing, talent to play the piano, talent to act. These are special people, gifted people, blessed by God. So share it. Don't suppress it. Share it so that people will appreciate what you do and what you can in terms of talent and your passion. Because you have to have a passion so that you excel in your craft.
So start honing your talent, ladies and gentlemen. What would you like to tell your children?
Follow your road. Follow what your heart dictates. Do not take shortcuts.
Why? Why it's very important not to take shortcuts?
Because if you take shortcuts, your success is not much sweeter than the way you achieve it by following your road. Kung shortcut ka, sometimes di ka magdugay sa imong tangan.
That's what my son said to me.
Nang laktaw mo ka. Di ba? So, ano lang yun. And humility is the key. Stay humble.
Okay. How about to that one woman who stood by you?
Mama Nors, thank you for for standing by me. Thank you for being the wind beneath my wings for the past 41 years. Despite my eccentricities, despite my tantrums, despite my temper, sometimes sa puto ko things will fly. So thank
But
you
she
for,
was there,
for-
loving you,
yeah, for standing by me.
beside those flaws that you have.
Yeah.
What would you like to tell to all those people who also dream to become an anchorman or anchorwoman?
It's easier said than done. Nagtuo mo, it's all glamour? No.
We thought it's glamour
You
because
must
we just watch
have the perseverance and patience. You must sacrifice before you reach the peak, the pinnacle of your success. Kay, you know, daghang pa kayo, mga stumbling blocks. Just follow your road. You know?
My takeaway, ladies and gentlemen, is that you have to love your family. Diba? I have observed that you are truly a family man. I have observed that you are very grateful for that woman who stood by you and who loved
Yeah.
you. And my takeaway also is that do not stop doing the thing that you love doing. Even if you're retired, look at you, you've done so many paintings and they all look great. So that's my takeaway. And thank you for giving me this time.
I should thank you.
No,
for
I
this.
thank you. Kaya tanaw na ta ka sa TV, karon natupad na ako. Kasi magdahong gamay pa ko tanaw na sa TV, karon natupad
Masakit
na.
sa likod.
Oh, it means that you're an institution.
I'm already a senior citizen, March.
Look at you.
I'm already 65 years old,
But
folks.
the voice, ladies and gentlemen, di ba? Is still, grabe kayo. So thank you, Sir Dante.
Thank you.
Thank you also. And I'll see you all again for another episode of The Other Side of Me. Bye, everybody!
The other side of me.